on your legal status. Many people fail to respond to RFE or file an application before the deadline. This is why we offer a strategy session for 15 minutes at no cost to you. Not everyone qualifies. First, you need to speak with our CARES team. We receive many requests, so we recommend you answer a few questions on our website, greencardguys.com. Our mission is to help people live and work in America legally. Go ahead and subscribe below and follow and share. Talk to you soon. What's going on, folks? Today we're talking about why some cases move at lightning speeds. You know, I got to do the quotations because USCIS is not quick for everyone. Folks, welcome to Green Card Guys TV. Today's Monday, August 28th. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. So again, today we're going to talk about why some cases move faster than others. Of course, happy to share some tips. That's what we're love to share information in that way. So that's a good point I'd like to bring up is that if you get value from our live show, of course, do the standard, click in the screen for the hearts or give the thumbs up on YouTube or Facebook. That means a lot to us and our marketing team. But also, we want to share that we do offer strategy session, a consultation at no cost to you for 15 minutes, okay? And, you know, a lot of information our CARES team, our intake team gathers from you so that we can already have an idea if we can help you or not. If we already know flat out we can't help you, then we'll let you know. Our CARES team will let you know so we don't waste your time. But ultimately, when you call in or our CARES team will call you after you answer a few questions, they'll do the best they can with you to share information with us. That way that strategy session is streamlined for you, okay? And so we don't waste your time, ultimately. But to unlock those free 15 minutes, if you don't mind, you're welcome. Well, we'd like to share this secret code with you, all right? Today, the code is TLG. Okay, the code is TLG today. So send us a DM. If I don't answer, which, by the way, drop it. You can welcome to drop a question in the comment section. We'll do the best we can to answer them. But, you know, we do get a lot of inquiries on here on a live show, which we greatly appreciate your trust. But in case I don't answer your question in in-depth manner, always welcome to send a follow-up. But the code today is TLG. Also, if you answer the form on our website, our team receives many inquiries, not just phone calls, but forms into our system. So, you know, they get a lot, so they need to prioritize. So I want to offer that additional benefit for y'all that are watching and listening live or listening while you're driving. So be careful. Hopefully I won't curse so loud that you'll be shocked or anything. But anyways, let's get down to it. All right, today, why some cases move at lightning speed, faster than others. Number one, it's typically a case through USCIS, and your sponsor is a U.S. citizen, and it's a marriage case. Now, other cases like VAWA, adult child filing for a parent, a U.S. citizen adult child, you would also think that those should be processed faster. I totally understand anyone's concern, but in general, the lightning speed is for people who are in the U.S., okay, may have overstayed, but you definitely have entered with a visa, or maybe you qualify for something called 245I, maybe you had a brother or sister file for you a long time ago, before April 2001. It's a lot of dates I got to keep in my mind, and our team is trained on as much of it as possible. Keep in mind, when you do call in or a CARES team team member call you, they're not a lawyer, okay? So keep that in mind. So inherently, I understand you're going to have some legal questions. They will certainly write that down for you and for us so that I can be ready for that question, okay? And so anyways, the main case, okay, that USCIS is prioritizing for speeding through, and I think it's is marriage-based cases where the beneficiary, foreign national, the immigrant, is living in the United States. I think the key reason why is workflow. Just like we consider that in terms of our operation, our law firm, we streamline cases because I'm able to train the team what to do in certain steps of the case. What information to share with a client, for example, certain step of the case, so that you all have information that you need to know. There's nothing missing, or share a Dropbox folder, things like that. We're very transparent in everything. The files, the fees, you would know that in the contract. There's no surprise fees later on. So in some ways, that's generally what we call standard operating procedure, SOPs or workflow. So with the government, it's much easier for them to have a standard checklist to process quickly. But also keep in mind, ever since the pandemic, many people quit in general. I don't have the numbers how many people quit, but they all complained about that, right? USCIS was saying, oh, I need more money so I can hire people. Congress does not fund USCIS. Okay, they get funded by you. Okay, when you pay those fees, that's how they pay their employees. So unfortunately, they can only process a certain type of case faster than others. And of course, the most common one is marriage to a U.S. citizen, which, by the way, folks, I know a lot of people kind of like have this, I don't know how you call it, like a weird joke that, oh, why don't you just get married to a U.S. citizen? We all know that's not easy, okay? I know some of y'all on dating apps. I've heard great stories from dating apps. So use whatever technology can help you. But keep in mind, we do think about other options, not just marriage. So that's why we call ourselves the immigration problem solvers, right? Hopefully to prevent a problem in the first place. Happy to point you in the right direction. Keep asking those questions in the comment section. I'll definitely get to that as soon as I can. So that's one of the main things. And so here I want to share you some indication, right? People ask, well, if I receive this letter, does this mean I'm going to get my case, the interview waived? If you receive a letter from USCIS, and this means you already filed your case, probably been at least a week or two, you already received the receipt notice. But if you get a courtesy RFE, it's typically, and they usually actually say that in the top, courtesy RFE, then it's probably for the medical exam. And if they ask you for that and they say mail it in, that's a clear indication that, well, I won't say clear, it's a pretty good indication that your case is going to be waived, the interview, okay? The interview will likely be waived. We've seen that time and time again. Can't say for every single case, but the thing is, the difference is that at least during the years before the pandemic and the first couple of years of the pandemic, up until beginning of 2023, is that when we received a courtesy notice to bring in medical exam, it would actually say bring it to the interview. But these days, it would say just mail it back in to the USCIS office at the address below, right? So that's a pretty good indication. Let's see what else. But at the same time, if you're like thinking, well, I provided very few bank statements, joint account, or you didn't have a shared account at all, you need to get your act together and do that now. Okay, get a joint account together. Checking account preferred, only has to be one account. Doesn't have to be every single one of them. I know some of y'all are scared. What is he or she going to do? You just got to dive right in. If you don't trust him or her on that, maybe you shouldn't get married. I'm not a marriage counselor or a therapist, right? But I've seen it time and time again that anytime someone doesn't share it, some reason, some people, there's the stories we heard, we vet pretty good screen-wise, no fake cases. We just don't got time to deal with that. We screen it pretty good. I can tell. It's almost like I haven't been trained by USCIS. It was almost like I should train USCIS. That's how stringent we are. Okay, so let's see. But yeah, welcome to drop a question in the comment section or just share your experience. All right. But that's the main thing. And unfortunately, on the flip side, people are wondering, well, what about my case? I'm abroad, or my spouse is abroad, my fiance is abroad. We're marriage case, or my case can be faster. It just inherently no, because of there's, I think, still almost around 400 to 500,000 people waiting abroad, applicants. So if you have not filed your case already, and you think you can apply and you're not married yet, but you're about to be, you might want to consider applying for a visitor visa. That's all I can say for now. And you're welcome to ask us other questions or contact us. Okay, YouTube, Facebook, you got the number right there. The website, by the way, is greencardguys.com. All right, so by the way, you don't always have to ask just about immigration questions. If anyone here is wondering how to become a lawyer, things like that, happy to answer those questions, or just how we operate our company. Happy to give you a glimpse behind the scenes. Okay, I do see a question on TikTok. Then I'll flip back to YouTube on a question. What's the timeline for K1 visa now? Okay, I just pinned it. Thanks, Maria, for starting that off. A hell of a long time. So if you have friends that got married and did the spousal visa way, I would just like times 2 essentially, because aside from the long wait time of the petition step number 1, waiting for it to be the interview, and then when that person, the fiance, comes to America, then you have to file for residency 45 applications. So minimum times 2 compared to someone who's married. So there is a tip. Okay, think about marriage, getting married remotely in Utah County. You don't have to be a resident of Utah County. All right, I know it's weird, in the state of Utah. So if you want a link for that information, DM us Utah. Especially if you're TikTok, you can message me, message our team, which, by the way, I'm not the only one responding to messages. Maria and a couple of our team members are helping out with that. So keep that in mind. But I try my best to touch base with every single one of y'all. All right. Ice Queen, I did a fingerprint for VAWA. You did a fingerprint for VAWA in June. They sent you, oops, shoot, I missed it. They sent you another one in August. Is that normal? No, it's not normal, but they could have lost it. I don't know why. Anything related to VAWA, USCIS is slow or misplaced things, but I'm glad they have your file at least. So maybe there was an issue, a glitch or something at the office, the contracted office. So all these offices that help with the biometrics, fingerprints, they're not they're not USCIS, they're subcontract out. So who knows, maybe something happened with the storage of their prints, which is not a good thing in general. Hopefully there was no hack. Let's see. Let me hop over to YouTube real quick. All right, Antonio, what's up? Welcome back. You got approved I-130 in 6 months. Hallelujah. Nice. All right, congrats to you. Is it absolutely necessary to have birth certificates for the benefit of children? It's helpful, but if you're not able to get it, well, if you're a sponsor, if your spouse is a permanent resident, then I would say definitely, because need to prove, because those children are trying to join you, right, to America. But it was just showing proof. One is 18, the other has not lived with her or seen her. I don't know what you mean by live with her. You mean like the mom? If this is stepchildren, and you're already past this petition stage, you typically don't have a problem. But if it's your own children and you're trying to get them sponsored through also for the interview, then yeah, you absolutely need the birth certificate. So, but if anything, I don't. Stepchildren, that's interesting. I don't think you have to provide that. I don't think it's absolutely necessary, but it's of course always better to do that if you can. That's a great question. You may have to DM us, Antonio, and we can double check for you, okay, on the travel.state.gov website. All right. Have we done any I-130s for spouse coming from Palestine? If so, what time frame? We have. I mean, we've done petitions for people living in a lot of other countries. But I would say petition has nothing to do about where that person is from. Where that person is from is more relevant in terms of wait time for the interview. But wait time for petition doesn't matter about that. Petition for wait time is more about the service center. Okay, and that's randomly assigned. So if you live in Texas or you live in California, you live in Vermont, that doesn't mean your case file petition would go to that specific service center. So hopefully that gives you an idea. It's completely random. Holy smokes. Yo, honey, we got to do something. All right, your dad filed I-730. It's been 5 years, no update. We got to take action, especially if you're about to age out, okay? We do file mandamus lawsuits for people that have been pending a long time for many types of application. We just had an I-730 approved. Don't feel bad, but we just got approved in about less than 5 months. And we had to respond to RFE. So, yeah, that was, I mean, pretty fast compared to other people, of course. So, Johanny, contact us, send us a DM. Today's Sacred Code, folks. If you're just now joining for the strategy session, and also to be prioritized for the responding to DMs. It does take us a couple of days, so please bear with us. Put the secret code today, and just in the beginning of your message, put TLG. That's the code for today, okay? That really helps us, because otherwise it's just like mind-boggling. We're very, very honored that we can help y'all, point you in the right direction, share information, but we need some help in prioritizing y'all. So especially help y'all for those who joined earlier in the show, but for those that show up late and don't hear the secret code, that goes to show you need to join earlier, okay? So you get all the tips. Let's see. Roy Toy, answer this one off, and then I'll go back to YouTube. F1 terminated overstay for 3 years. Can you reapply for tourist visa? It's too late. No one's going to, so USCIS is not going to stop you, whether it's a paper form or online. They're not going to stop you from paying them because, again, they get funded by y'all, okay, by the applicant. So, but ultimately, they're either going to reject it or deny your application because you overstayed, okay? So if anyone who has not overstayed yet and has maintainer status, you have to file that application to change status to 539 and also the actual application itself. Let's say it's a different work visa type, like you got to file the 129 I-129. You want to apply that with the 539 before your visa expires, okay? So if you were terminating this, yeah, you wouldn't have known to do that in advance, right? Of course. But let's see here. Yeah, let me switch over to YouTube real quick. Anu, I'm not sure, honestly. We don't, even attorneys don't get access to RFE, at least as far as I know. So it is pretty confusing. I would just check all your accounts, and if you have to reset the passwords, you have to do the old school way in that sense, okay? Oh, neither's migrating to US. If neither's migrating to US, hopefully you still get DQ, documented qualified, okay? But if for some reason, of course, they ask about it at the interview, Antonio, then of course tell the truth and just say, I tried to provide it. So hopefully in the meantime, you should still try to get those birth certificates from the state, but upload as your sponsor, your spouse, upload as many things as possible in the CEAC portal, just so you can get your interview, okay? All right, so Ito Jane, it's been 2 months already, still waiting for your appointment from U.S. Embassy in Lagos. Yeah, Nigeria. Why does it take so long? Spouse visa. Yeah, I'm sorry. It just takes a long time. I don't have the $1 million answer on this one. I wish I knew. Okay. Yeah, it's probably going to take more than 2 months. And, folks, by the way, this is going to be frustrating for y'all. Let me see if I can share my screen on YouTube and Facebook. I'm already starting to lose my voice. So I have to keep this to 7 minutes left. Count down 7 minutes, folks, because I have an appointment at 12:30 Central. I'm going to go in more detail about Visa Bulletin, but some of y'all might, some of y'all might know this already, but the F2A category, Antonio, hopefully, it sounds like you're the sponsor. Hopefully you're a U.S. citizen, because if you're not a U.S. citizen and the spouse sponsor is a resident, then you have visa retrogression. They're working on cases that the PD, not the PD, not necessarily PD, but they're working on cases, PD, that were in 2018. Okay, so that's the key difference between immediate relative, meaning the visa is going to be available regardless what your PD is. And PD means priority date in this scenario. Let me just share the screen real quick, then I'll go back to TikTok. Okay, so on YouTube, Facebook, you can see this. So for those on TikTok, I'm sharing my screen on the upcoming Visa Bulletin, September 2023. If you scroll down, you can see here that that the Visa Bulletin F2A spouses of who have a sponsor who's a resident. The reason why, the key difference is there's 77% of 75% are allocated just for this, which is the highest amount, okay, percentage-wise. But if you go to chart A, this is where it's relevant. So for those folks like Jamaica or Nigeria, all chargeable areas, countries here is in the left column, F2A. They're not issuing visas for those who have PD date after January 1st, 2018. So that's super frustrating. And if you're wondering, well, how do I know it's that chart versus this chart? Chart B is more so to help you get started, to let you know when to start uploading those documents to the CEAC portal. So the two charts, the two charts are for two different reasons. So I know it's super confusing and frustrating. I think just a couple months ago, it showed the letter C across the board. Yeah, so just keep that in mind. So just know that. Okay, great, Antonio. Glad to know that. So what I'm trying to say, for those folks who already have filed and you're a resident only right now, if you want to know if you're eligible to become a U.S. citizen, give us a call. Okay, DM us the secret code TLG. I know you could have guessed it, but there's a lot of retrogression. Is annoying. Okay, we can't control it. It's up to the government. We're starting a new fiscal year, so they tend to do this at the time of the new fiscal year. So the fiscal year starts September 1st. So hopefully it goes back to current, but you never know. So in general, it's always better to become a U.S. citizen, apply to become a U.S. citizen, and 400 if you can. If you know you're eligible, go ahead and file anyway. Oh, you're all good, Antonio. I didn't know if you had told me before. Okay. Even though if kids are not migrating, they want birth certificates. Yeah, I mean, that's what I lean towards, but I would still upload everything. Some people, so the reason I was saying how I did originally is because some people wait. They don't upload anything until they think they have everything. So I would just upload all the financial documents, police certificate showing, cleared, no record. In Jamaica, for example, upload as much as possible for now to see if you can get DQ, because DQ, document qualified, is what kicks it through to be in line for the interview. Okay, so hopefully that helps. But yeah, if anything, bring the birth certificate later on at the interview, just in case. All right, now back to TikTok. All right, Maria, if you don't mind pinning a comment here. All right, folks, I got 3 minutes. Let me see how fast I can answer some questions here. So in the meantime, until Maria pins a comment, someone broke asked me, can I talk about journey? That's a loaded question. So I'm happy to share that in a separate video later on. Thanks for the question. Am I Chinese? 1/8, I think. Yeah, one of my grandparents was Chinese. But technically, if you want the majority is Taiwanese American. Okay. Thanks for asking. I always love to share my background. What's the time period for 485? Depends on your category. Is it marriage-based? If it's marriage-based, that means you didn't catch the beginning of the video. If it's U.S. citizen, average 3 to 5 months this year. What happens next year? I don't know. We're just going to go present time. Let's see. Clownface asked, or Sylvie, can I include my children in green card application even though they're in Africa now? Their location doesn't matter, but it's more, well, later on. But the first thing is, depends if the spouse's status. The spouse is U.S. citizen, sponsoring, it's a separate petition. Okay, cannot be included. But if it's family preference, F2A category, then yes, children can be included, minor children. You went to an interview in April, but today there's no update. What should you do? Well, what kind of case? April, it's now almost September, so about 4 months. If it's like maybe adjustment of status, if it is adjustment of status, then I tend to wait almost like 12 months, okay, to file lawsuit. Could be a little earlier, depends on your situation. Contact us, okay? We'll share more information. Consultation fee, right now it's for free. No cost to you for 15 minutes, of course. So folks, If you want more time, the fee is on the website. I'm not allowed to share the cost online. I've been banned by TikTok for 5 minutes before, and I think it's because I shared this kind of information. So I'm all about sharing, but go to our website, greencardguys.com, and you can see information about that. Yes, we do handle VAWA. Actually, today we had a couple consults about that already. Seems like almost every day. So we do help with that. And a lot of different cases. The one case that we definitely do not accept right now, any more case about that is asylum. We do have referral lists for that. If you have questions, you want that list, we're happy to share it. Unruly Tracy, how long is the wait time for I-130 petition? I would say, I mean, you check USCIS online. Normally I would check for you, but average 10 to 12 months. Okay, if it's only the I-130. If it's with the 45, then it's faster. Okay. All right, folks, I really appreciate it. I got to respect the time of another person meeting me up. So thank you so much for your questions. Please, if I didn't answer your question, please DM us or fill out the form on our website and put in the secret code for today, TLG. All right, folks, thank you so much, and I wish you all the best. Take care now. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.